Hey, it's your girl KB back with another episode, another review for Sistas Season 8, Episode 7. What's the name of this episode? Gang Recognizes Gang. Okay, that's the name of the episode. Let's see how quickly I can get through this. Let's see. I got a book club meeting at 6 and it's like 20 minutes away. So hopefully I can get this done in 20 minutes. Robin, the episode picks up where we left off. Robin is interrogating Fatima about Gary. Remember, he took out some pictures because she was like, are you any closer to finding out, who might have did this to Gary and taking the heat off of Andy? And he handed her pictures of her having a run-in with Gary and his handler. So he's like, you have means, opportunity, and motive. This could be about Andy or your fiance's investment. She's like, oh, you know about that? Yeah, girl, my PI got everything. Okay? She's like, well, if I wanted him dead, he would be in the morgue. And why would I let Andy get accused if you say I'm so loyal? Because he's like, I know you're loyal to Andy, so it could have been for that. And you're very loyal to your fiance, so it could have been for that. She's like, if I'm so loyal, why would I let her go down for something that I did to protect her? That don't make no sense. They took her gun in that little scuffle, and he gives it back to her. He's like, yeah, they gave me the gun, yada, yada, yada. She's like, well, can I have it back? He gives her the gun back, and she has to agree to play nice with Hayden, okay? We know he up to no good. We know that he gonna be causing problems, but listen, right now, you got to be the one that look after him. We good? Or do I need to turn this stuff over to the cops? She's like, all right, we good. He tells her to take the rest of the day off to think about the offer. During this, he gets a text message that, we see some urgency and he has to rush off. Back at Andy's apartment, we saw that she was like, yeah, let him up. Somebody's coming up. It's Agent Watts, y'all. He wants to see Andy, and he lets her know that there was another attempt on Gary's life. Crazy that the drug was administered right when you were at the hospital. They go back and forth. He does all this accusing, yada, yada, yada. Lots of boring, unnecessary banter. He calling her out about this and about that. Ultimately, he grabs her, literally grabs her and is trying to force her out of her apartment and down to the station. So ridiculous. But Robin pops up. He gets off the elevator and he's like, are you harassing my client again? Do we need to get a restraining order? And he leaves. Agent Watts leaves. And, I'm like, what? Did she call Robin or did he just, oh, yeah. Because when Agent Watts first got there, she's like, I need to call my lawyer. We don't see her calling him, but I guess she got the phone and text, and that's the text message he got that, hey, I need you ASAP. Okay. And he got there right in the nick of time. So where I'm at. Agent Watts leaves and Andy falls into Robin's arms and they have this little embrace and they dang near kiss. But she stops it and he's like, I'm your boss. I'm your legal counsel. I'm sorry. That's so unprofessional. She's like, but we're friends too. And he's like, oh, for real? You gonna curve me like that? I'm friend zoned like that? And then she's like, yeah, we got chemistry for sure, but I'm sorry, y'all, my nails, I had this hanging there and I need to soften it to get it out of here. She was like, yeah, we have this chemistry, but I'm technically with Jordan and, we've already had this big old mess, Lord, with Gary, and, I just can't do that to him. And Robin's like, you wouldn't be the woman I fell in love with if you could. I said fell in love with. Did we discuss that? Has he always been in love? I feel like that's strong words. I ain't know that Robin was in love. I feel like that's a little overkill. That's a little overkill. And so he's like, okay, I'm going back to work now, yada, yada, yada. She does a little pout. I wish I could go back to work. I want to go back to work. And he's like, yeah, girl. But I'm holding down the fort for you until you get back, right? So she calls all the girls over. She calls them as if everything does not require an in-person meeting. It blows me how they will get in person to have a 15-minute conversation. And that's cool if everybody is single and available, but that's not everybody's life, girl. We can't just be meeting up for every single conversation. This could have been a call. This could have been a group FaceTime. You feel me? This could have been a conference call, baby. This did not necessarily have to be, oh my gosh, everybody get to my house. Get to my house now. And so they get there. The main girls get there. And this part annoyed me so bad. Because she's like, come in, come quick, sit down, come. You're not moving fast enough, come quick. Okay, we have to wait for one more person. Girl, what is you rushing me for if we still gotta wait on somebody else? That annoyed me so bad because Andy be doing the most for absolutely no reason. And Karen is like, is Fatima that other person? And Andy's like, is that okay? Is that cool with you? And she's like, yeah, that's fine, because she did help us track you down the night of the wedding so that we can find you and stop it. And also, what else she said? And she love you. She love you, and I know she gonna have your best interest at heart. So if you want the team in here, fine by me, right? So Karen tells them about the fiasco with the girl trying to scam them with the edges. And he tells them about how Robin tries to kiss her. Hudson calls Andy and he puts Gary on the phone. Gary is awake. That's the end of the episode, but it's right there. Next, we see Rich and Sabrina. They still at lunch and he's apologizing for overreacting. She asks what is the real issue because she's just feeling like, okay, yeah. He admits that he's nervous about the fertility clinic appointment. She's like, so you don't want to go through this? I know you didn't want to go through this. I knew this would happen. Oh my gosh, how am I going to have my babies? And she's just rambling on and on and on. And he's trying to be like, Sabrina, no. All I want to do is give you my sperm. So I was like, right on, man. I said, this is so goofy. But he says that he's nervous about having to nut in a petri dish, not about the whole kids thing. So he's like, I'm sorry if I don't have experience, setting it off in a petri dish and having all these kids out here. And she's like, actually, I'm glad that you know. I don't know what I would do if you had a bunch of kids running around. He says, like Zach, like your friend, like her man got a lot of kids running around. I just washed and oiled my hair, y'all. So some of this oil is like running down. That's why I'm doing this. And like Zach, and she's like, well, only one of the twins is his, but I get what you're saying. He was like, you don't think that's weird? I just want to be an auntie. And I'm like, even if she did think he's weird, what's she gonna do? Stop being Karen's friend? Then ain't got nothing to do with her. So like, you don't think that's weird? It ain't mine, so I can't care that deeply. So they at the clinic, and he goes back there and he can't perform because the magazines are full of 90s white women. So Brina do some phone sex and she gets him to fill up the cup. Karen mama is coming in the shop as she sees how heated Miss Marie is leaving. She asks them, well, who was that? And, who pissed in her cornflakes? Which one of y'all pissed in her cornflakes? She's like, well, that was the investor, but I don't know for how long because, we just had a whole bunch going on. They send Pam away so that they can have a mother-daughter talk. And Karen lets her know, it ain't even really about all of this. I just got questioned for Gary's stabbing. And so, she was like, oh, for real? How'd that happen? She tells her mama that we were there at what was supposed to be their wedding, but that's when he got stabbed. So long story short, I'm a suspect. And so they started talking about, she started talking about how they was mentioning, and she had, oh, you got 2 kids with 2 baby daddies. Karen acting, it cracks me up. 2 kids with 2 baby daddies. This gonna be my life, huh? Everybody's gonna be judging me. I saw this white woman who had the same thing going on over in Europe. And, she was on the front of magazines and she was here and she was there. But me, a black woman, I get shunned. I was just like, okay. We see Hudson in the hospital. Oh, this was before the thing. Hudson in the hospital going off on the doctor about Gary's condition. We find out that he was drugged with fentanyl-laced heroin. So he ended up waking up. Hudson calls Andy. That's what we talked about earlier. Danny and Tony is still at work arguing, y'all. He tells her, you know, you're acting like a bratty child. She was like, bratty children? Where will we talk about that? You're little bratty kids. You want to talk about brats? You would know, huh? And so she ends up saying, I understand that you are trying to help me, but you can't change me, okay? I've been with too many men trying to change me into something that they want me to be. Just leave me before you try to change me. He started trying to cut her off, but she was like, You've been mansplaining everything to me. Let me talk. It's my turn. Okay. He finally says that, you know, he sees it her ways and he's acquiescing to her request. She tells him, next time you want to make a decision for me, remember this. Triple D's, just like these. Don't decide for Danny. Don't decide for Danny. And he makes a little joke about it, like, girl, what? It worked though. I'm gonna remember that. He said, I promise you, I'm not gonna so much put a banana pepper on a pizza without asking you. She said, good, because I like them cold on subs. I said, same. Banana peppers don't hit right on pizza. I've tried it before, because, you know, a little pepper on a little pepper. But banana pepper don't quite sit right. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Bless me. Thank me. Me welcome. So Tima, we see them at home. Michael's at a play date with a child with similar developmental issues. They said it was recommended. It'll help him start speaking and everything. Then he tells her that Michael said his first word today. He said nuggets. And she's like, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? She tells him about Robin and everything that he said. Because he's like, oh, you home early? What you doing home early? Robin sent me home. Oh, okay, good. He give you a break. No, it ain't quite a break. He sent me home. They sitting there talking about that, but they move back over to the kids. And she's like, oh, how long he going to be gone? A couple hours. They're talking about how the boy that he's playing with has 2 moms. And she was like, oh, so we already got something in common. He got 2 moms and Zach baby's gonna have 2 daddies. I was like, okay, I guess they have to find some way for her to slide in, you know. I mean, not Zach's baby, Karen's baby's gonna have 2 daddies. And I was like, I guess, girl. They go back and forth a little bit about that. But eventually she tells him, okay, I got time to run me a shower and relax. And he like, okay, that's what you want to do? She's like, yeah. Don't you want to do it? And they finna go have them a little quickie before they go get Michael. Oh no, this was a decent episode. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too annoying. And it gave filler. It gave one of those episodes where it's like, okay, let's try to wrap everything up at this one time. Not everything, but let's try to wrap things up to where we get some information more so than just action, because we see slapping last episode, about to fight, and Gary getting drugged. And, you know, some episodes is going to be high intensity, and some's going to be like, okay. And I just sometimes we want Tyler Perry to spread it out. You know what I mean? Don't give us all the drama in this episode. Give us 2 pieces of drama in this episode. 1 piece in this episode, 2, 3, 1, 2, you know, spread it out. As much drama as be happening, it could be a little bit of drama for each episode. That's how I feel, but it don't be happening like that. But anyway, that is it for this review, y'all. Let's see if I can get done with Potomac right now. Yeah, because Potomac ain't have much going on either, so I'm about to do that one as well. Until next time, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment and let me know what y'all think. Until next time, bye.